Namaskar, Namaste, very good morning.
Good morning.
On behalf of Jain University, we wish you all a very happy 73rd Indian Republic Day. On this special day, Jain University is bringing to all of you, the students, parents, the academia, the corporates, a webinar with the theme being futuristic. And today we have the first webinar in this series, which with the topic Global Opportunities for Indian CAs. Before we get on to the webinar, let me welcome our Director of Jain University, Dr. Dinesh Nilkant. Dinesh Nilkant sir, namaste. And also welcome Mr. Maki Agarwal and Mr. Saurabh Kumar. So ladies and gentlemen, just sit back and relax. Now we are presenting to you an introduction video of our eminent speaker. So I request Mr. Saurabh to please play the video. is CAK Raghu for all of you. Hats off to you, sir. Welcome to the webinar. Jain Deemed University is privileged to host you. CAK Raghu is born and brought up in Bangalore. He has done his graduation from the prestigious St. Joseph's College, affiliated to Bangalore University. Main contribution of CAK Raghu during his tenure as the president of ICI, hats off to him, is opening up of study rooms for the students, empowering of youth, empowering of women, and also coming into the area of research. And as you saw in the video, he has been a big advocate of digitalization in the area of CA. So without any further delay, I welcome CAK Raghu to please start the session.
Yeah, good morning to all of you. I would like to compliment Jain University for having taken the lead in organizing this webinar series, and more so to talk about the global opportunities for the CA profession. My compliments to the entire team at Jain University, Mr. Maki Agarwal, Mr. Dinesh, and of course, other distinguished, eminent faculty members present here. I am indeed honored that I've been given to understand that more than 4,000 to 5,000 students, academicians, members of our profession are watching this webinar. And I'm sure this webinar will be useful to all of you on this occasion. I wish Republic Day, I would like to greet all of you on this Republic Day celebrations and the day in which we got our freedom. I'm sure that we salute all our freedom fighters who are putting so much effort to get us independence for this great country. And we are very happy that we are conducting this webinar on this special occasion. Friends, we would like to straight away, go ahead with the presentation. My topic today would be on how the opportunities are there for the profession globally, how chartered accountants are in great demand, because we find that today, when it comes to a career, a young commerce graduate would be keen to either take up CA or MBA or company secretary. One thing which we need to keep in mind, whichever professional course you take, I can only say that plenty of challenges, plenty of opportunities. It is just that you have to decide whether you want to become a chartered accountant, whether you want to become a MBA, whether you want to become a company secretary. It is for you to choose, because all the professions are extremely good. They can contribute a lot to the growth and development of the nation. And having been the president of the institute in the year 2014-15, I had the opportunity of seeing the profession at the national level. I was able to interact with all the regulators like the Reserve Bank of India, the Securities Exchange Board of India, the Ministry of Corporate Affairs. We know the kind of trust what they have on the profession. All the stakeholders, whether it's the investors, whether it's the shareholders, we find that in the entire ecosystem, a lot of trust is placed on the work that is carried out by the chartered accountants. Friends, I think we need to look at how the profession has been contributing not only in India, but outside the country also. So what I would like to do is, I would begin my presentation to talk about how COVID has impacted the various sectors of the economy. Today, I think all of you would agree with me, we are through the pandemic. And thanks to the pandemic, a lot of positive changes also have taken place. Like, for example, all of us are able to meet each other on the webinar, or else, we had to come to a particular location and attend to the conferences. Today, sitting in the comfort of your home, you are able to listen to eminent speakers from around the world. So COVID has definitely impacted, and we find that for our profession, the chartered accountancy profession, a lot of new opportunities have opened up, not only in India, around the world. And this new ecosystem has brought about a lot of changes in how the profession would be looking way forward. Friends, I personally believe that in every crisis there's an opportunity. We always believe that many of us are not used to quarantining. We went through quarantining in the second wave, in the third wave. Many of us never knew cooking. We learned cooking. So it's like that. Every crisis there lies an opportunity. Never we thought we could cook for ourselves, but yes, COVID provided us an opportunity to learn a lot of new things. And what has happened, friends, the COVID epidemic has crippled various sectors of the global economy. And a lot of world economies are struggling with rising unemployment. Many countries are on the brink of recession, the small countries on the brink of recession. And I believe that maybe in the months to come, the all the negative impacts of COVID would slowly get diluted. In fact, if you talk about the job losses, 400 million full-time jobs in the year second quarter due to due to COVID, second quarter of this year, is what the International Labour Organization has said. If you see the South Asian region comprising of Afghanistan, Bangladesh, India, Maldives, Nepal, Pakistan, Sri Lanka almost lost 89 million jobs. So in quarter 2 of 2021, India and other South Asian countries have collectively lost 11 million jobs. So this is something, various reasons are there. Many sectors are not doing well. So if you look at the hospitality industry, if you look at the, F&B space, many people have lost jobs. Many restaurants have closed down. Many hotels are not doing well. They're running at 25% occupancy. As a result of which unemployment has increased. Aviation sector also has seen a lot of stress. If you look at some of the sectors, even the manufacturing sector also has scaled down production. So there have not been job losses that has happened. Having said that, I can only say that plenty of opportunities are there. Friends, I would like to, say that the chartered accountancy profession is one of the most popular professions in the country today. The reason why the chartered accountancy profession is popular is because the chartered accountants are in great demand, not only in India, but around the world. In India, a newly qualified chartered accountant can earn an average of 9 lakhs to 12 lakhs pay packages. They are in great demand. Every 6 months, we conduct the examinations. The examination system, what is, you can say is one of the best in the country. And every 6 months, about 10 to 12,000 chartered accountants pass in this CA exam. It's a very tough examination. Only one thing which I would like to say is that if you are planning to take up CA, yes, you should take it up because it's an exciting course, attractive pay packages in India. And if you're planning to go abroad also, there are a lot of opportunities which I'll be talking to you later. One big advantage, friends, about the chartered accountancy profession is that, the cost of education is very low. Looking at medical education or engineering education, you have to spend lakhs of rupees. But within 50,000 rupees, you can join the CA course, attend the classes online, and you're able to write the CA intermediate examinations and final examinations and pass without any problem. And the moment you pass, you're able to get a job. In case you want to go abroad, plenty of opportunities are there. That is the reason you find people from humble backgrounds, people who cannot afford, a lot of money for higher education, are preferring the chartered accountancy course. I think all of you have heard of Prema Jaikumar, the daughter of an auto rickshaw driver from Mumbai, who took up CA and got the first rank in CA final. Her father was an auto rickshaw driver, and when she told her father, "Daddy, I would like to, take up the CA course," her father asked her, "What is the, cost of the course?" She said, "The cost of the course is maybe less than 50,000 rupees." And his father said, "Fine, 50,000 rupees I can afford." And today, Prema Jaikumar, who's the daughter of an auto rickshaw driver, got the first rank, and she's working in a public sector bank. So what I mean to say, friends, a lot of such success stories, people coming from humble backgrounds, passing CA, and settling abroad in America, Australia, or Dubai, Abu Dhabi, and they're extremely successful. So that is one thing which I would like to tell all of you is those of you planning or aspiring to become chartered accountants. Yes, it's one of the most popular professional courses in the country, and it is essential for all of you to see how best, if you're keen to take up the chartered accountancy course, how you can take up this course, because the chartered accountancy course is a course that is conducted by the Institute of Chartered Accountants of India. We are headquartered in Delhi. We have 5 regional offices in Delhi, Calcutta, Chennai, Kanpur, and Bombay. And in all these regional centers, we have more than 140 branches across the country. So with your branch is close to you, for example, if you're living in Bangalore, you can go to the Bangalore chapter of the Institute of Chartered Accountants of India. Let us say if you're living in Udupi, you can go to the Udupi chapter. You're in Hubli, you can go to the Hubli chapter. We have more than 140 chapters, and in this chapter, we have computer centers, reading room facilities for you to prepare for the CA examination. So we provide all the study material for your education, and it's And if you're able to, attend the online classes provided by the institute and prepare for the courses, the CA intermediate course and the final course on the study material, you can easily pass this examination. Of course, it's a very tough examination. You need to have in-depth knowledge of the subject, but it is possible for you to take up this course. You might ask me, Mr. Raghu, why is it you are suggesting that we should take up chartered accountancy? Why not some other course? For that, I would like to, just say that, a lot of developments are taking place in the commerce space today. The number of students who are joining the commerce stream is much more than the students joining the engineering or the medical stream. I think all of you have seen today's paper in Deccan Herald, which says almost 25,000 engineering seats have gone vacant. Many engineering colleges in Karnataka are having less than, admission of less than 50 students. That really shows that the popularity of, some of the professional courses are, coming down. And as far as the CA profession is concerned, the popularity continues to increase. So I would come to, the importance of how you could become a successful chartered accountant. Right now, I would take a break and then tell you what are the changes taking place around the world. Friends, when you are looking at a career, whether it's a chartered accountancy career or, you want to become a doctor or engineer, you need to understand what is happening around us. So now I will take you to some of the developments that is taking place around us. Today, internet has become all invasive. So the entire economy, the global economy has gone digital. And I can confidently say that digitalization is the new growth multiplier. A lot of business models are getting recalibrated, and huge valuation is being created for these new companies. All of you have seen the valuation of companies like Paytm, PhonePe, and some of the companies that went like Swiggy that went public recently. So what has happened is today, online has become very, very common, very popular. Online education has become popular. Online banking has become popular. And we find that a lot of businesses are going digital. So we are, you can say, in the midst of a digital revolution. And in the midst of a digital revolution, you need to see what is the most ideal course for you, professional course, whether you want to become a chartered accountant, whether you want to do an MBA, whether you want to do your company secretary, whether you want to do a cost accounting, whether you want to, take up MCOM. Yes, it is absolutely essential for you to understand what is happening in your country and what is happening around the world. And that is the reason why I've chosen to just share with you the developments taking place around the world. Friends, today technology is, something which is a part of our daily life. Those days, I still remember when I qualified as a chartered accountant, we never had computers at all. We were just maximum what we had was calculators. But today, everything happens on, computers are used extensively. A lot of new technologies have come, and we find that, you can be extremely successful, using some of the technology tools to carry out your day-to-day work. And when you talk about artificial intelligence, that is one big opportunity that is throwing up for all the professionals, commerce professionals could say. So today, artificial intelligence is so common that, for example, you come home and say, Alexa, can you play this song from this movie? Alexa immediately plays for you. Alexa, can you tell me the temperature? Alexa will tell you what is the temperature. So this is a kind of artificial intelligence that is being used in day-to-day activities. And I'm sure today, tomorrow, businesses will start using AI for analyzing the key market trends. What would be the sales? What is the likely buildup of inventory they should have? How they should automate their business processes? How can they reduce costs? Everything would be driven by artificial intelligence. So what I would request each one of you who plan to take up a career, if you are taking up a career in any of these professional courses like chartered accountancy or MBA, you should first understand what is happening globally and what is happening in India. And as I told you, if you look at India, there's a digital revolution that is sweeping, and a lot of new technological tools are available. Artificial intelligence has come in a big way. So if you are a chartered accountant, you are an MBA with the knowledge of artificial intelligence, you will be in great demand. So this is something which you need to be aware of. Blockchain is something that is growing fast globally. Blockchain has sort of gained a lot of momentum. In India, blockchain would come to the banking sector because the way blockchain happens is that entire information is recorded in blocks, and it's very easy for the information to be seen by multiple persons. Let us say you go to the bank with a check and you want to draw 10,000 rupees. The whole process can just take us 2-3 minutes. unlike the current process where it takes more than 10 to 15 minutes. So blockchain is one new technology that is emerging, and you as students of commerce, all of you being part of the Jain University, should understand how blockchain would impact each one of you, because transactions is happening online today. Data is available online. So you as a professional should be able to use the data that is available in the blockchain environment for effective decision making. Coming to big data and analytics, today what is happening is we are all having a problem of plenty of data. Every organization using computers, all the computers are linked from head office to branch offices to the storehouses. So a lot of data is available. So there is someone who needs to analyze this data, mine this data, and try to find out which information is relevant, which information is not relevant. I think commerce professionals are the most ideal people. And if you're a chartered accountant with knowledge of analytics, you can get double the normal salary. If you're getting 9 lakhs to 12 lakhs per year, you can think of getting 18 to 30, 20 lakhs. If you are having specialized knowledge of analytics, you need to do specialized courses in this so that you develop this knowledge, because globally we find that big data analytics, plenty of opportunities are there. Friends, coming to cloud accounting. Now, what is happening is the entire data is being stored on the cloud. Traditionally, data is to be stored on the servers, but way forward, what would happen is the entire data will be stored on the cloud. So if it is stored on the cloud, it is possible for you to access this data sitting anywhere at any point of time. You can work late evenings, you can work from home. Today, work from home being the new normal, companies are able to migrate to work from home by shifting to the cloud. So cloud accounting, entire accounting information is available in the cloud. No longer accounting information is available on the server. So you as commerce professionals should understand how there's a change in which the way accounting happened. Those days, I still remember when we used to go to, I was a student of St. Joseph's College of Commerce, 82 to 87. We had accounting for all the 5 years, both 2 years of PUC and 3 years of degree. We used to carry this ledger books, big ledger books, full scape ledger books, and we used to write our, for all the accounting classes, what we used to have, we used to solve the problems using these ledger books. But now things have changed so much. Now everything is moved to the cloud. Accounting takes place on softwares like QuickBooks or Tally or Zoho. So a lot of changes have taken place. The way accounting should happen. Traditionally, accounting used to happen on the cloud, using ledgers, but today it's happening on the cloud. When we come to robotic process and automation, other area where routine activities like punching of vouchers, repetitive tasks like bank reconciliation in an organization happens through the use of robots, and robotic process automation gives tremendous opportunity for chartered accountants like us to see how a particular process can be automated and it can be simplified. So if you are a chartered accountant having the knowledge of robotic process automation, you will be in great demand. Friends, another area where if you're a chartered accountant, you could look for opportunities, the forensic audit. Today, what is happening is the number of frauds are increasing, both in the corporate level, in the banking sector. So they are looking, the Reserve Bank of India is looking at forensic auditors. So if you as a professional have the knowledge of forensic audit, you can be involved in government investigations. You can be appointed by banks to carry out a forensic audit. You can be appointed by companies to do a forensic audit. So there's plenty of opportunities for you to have knowledge of. The reason why I'm telling you about the opportunities, friends, is that before you take up any career, you should know what are the opportunities available in, let us say, forensic audit, opportunities available in IT audit, opportunities available in robotic process automation, things which you already discussed like blockchain. It's so that you'll be able to build your career. Coming to fintech, what is fintech? Fintech is the new thing, financial services and technology getting together. Today we talk about e-wallets, the way you pay for a tender coconut using a Paytm, or you want to have a samosa, you use your phone pay. E-wallets have become very, very popular. So, and digital currency is the future. And the way e-wallets people are using, if you go to any shop, you can just scan the QR code and make the payments. Earlier, you have to pay cash, take the change, or sometimes they used to accept credit card. But today, everything is driven by e-wallets. That is a change that has happened because of the fintech space. And coming to portfolio management, I think all of you would agree with me that today people are able to trade on the mobile phones itself. Stock market trading has become very common. You can buy medical insurance, general insurance online, invoicing, tax computing, so many opportunities that are there in the fintech sector. So if you are a commerce professional, if you have done your CA, yes, fintech is the new future. There in a country like India, fintech companies are providing solutions to very many companies around the world. So if you're having a liking to work in a fintech space, there's a great opportunity. Then friends, cyber attacks. Now what has happened is, because of the fact we are using extensive online for making payments, for ordering our products, buying a telephone or buying a tie, or ordering for, your air tickets, a lot of you can say uh, um, attacks, cyber attacks are taking place, especially in the banking sector. When banking transactions are taking place, we find that cyber attacks are very common, and as a result of which, we find that a lot of companies are building in cyber strategies and management and cyber intelligence, cyber analytics, so that they are able to manage the cyber attacks. So cyber attacks is a specified area where very popular, and since online services and online products are extensively used today, there's a good opportunity for you to provide cyber risk services, which I'll come to it a little later. So what has happened, friends, is that today, because of the digital revolution taking place, there are so many opportunities opening up, and there's what you can say that the chartered accountancy profession also is getting into disruption. And here, what is happening is, the moment you become a chartered accountant, yes, you need to constantly update your knowledge. I qualified 31 years back. Even to this day, I continuously read on the Income Tax Act, the GST Act, the Companies Act. So upskilling is something very important. Number two, tomorrow, if all of you become professionals, you have to embrace technology. One good thing about the youngsters is that they have the ability to embrace technology better than the seniors. So that is something you need to keep in mind. You need to understand new technology. Speak to your friends with the working technology companies. Find out what are the new softwares available, what are the new emerging technologies, and see how you can use it in your workplace. So that is number two. Number three is change is constant. And if you become a professional today, you have to be innovative. If you're not innovative, I think it's very difficult. Here, for example, today's webinar, the way they have promoted this webinar, extremely good. I would like to compliment the team at Jain, Mackey, and others who have tried to popularize it and see that more and more people are able to attend this webinar. So you have to be innovative. And number four is that you need to reskill yourself. Sometimes, you do not have the knowledge of a particular technology. You need to learn. You do not have knowledge of forensic. You need to learn. Currently, I'm doing a course on forensic conducted by the Institute of Chartered Accountants of India, just to build my knowledge on forensic. So it's absolutely essential that you have to manage the change. And each one of you watching this presentation should understand that change is something we need to understand. Friends, today, another important thing we need to keep in mind is that we are working in a borderless world. Earlier, when I qualified as a chartered accountant in 1990, there was no opportunity, not many opportunities abroad. We never even used to think of going abroad. We used to always think of getting into practice or getting into a job in a country. And they used to pay us 2,000 rupees to 3,000 rupees for a month when I qualified in 1990. But today, you are operating in a borderless world. You can just pick up your bag, get your visa, and travel to any country. You can get a job if you have the knowledge of IFRS. You can get a very attractive job if you have the knowledge of cyber risk consultation. You can get a job if you are having the knowledge of forensic accounting. You can get a job. So today, the demand for accountants is not only in India but around the world. In fact, that is the theme of this session: the global opportunities for the chartered accountancy profession. Traditionally, chartered accountants were in demand only in India, but today, Indian chartered accountants are in great demand around the world. If you ask me why is it chartered accountants are in great demand around the world, it's because of the financial reporting. Chartered accountants are involved in financial reporting, and today, if you see, a lot of time and effort is put by companies to ensure that the reporting is done accurately, because investors look at it, analysts analyze information, and even the regulators depend on the financial reporting done by the company. So chartered accountants play a very important role in trying to ensure the financial reporting is highly credible. So as a result of which we follow accounting standards, international accounting standards, so that you have the same accounting treatment for, let us say, you are acquiring business. What are the accounting policies you follow? We have this international standard, international financial reporting standards. More than 130 countries are following this. So we look at following the standards, so there is uniformity in the way the accounts are prepared. Friends, when we talk about corporate governance, I think chartered accountants play a very important role in not only financial reporting, in corporate governance, ensuring that the companies are doing the right thing. If, for example, the company in which you are working are doing something against law, it is your duty as a chartered accountant to say, this is not correct, this is not the right thing to do. You should put your foot down and you should promote good corporate governance. Coming to the opportunities for chartered accountants around the world, there's plenty of opportunities for chartered accountants around the world. For example, I've traveled the whole of the Gulf region like Bahrain, Kuwait, Oman, Qatar, Saudi Arabia, UAE. Here, Indian chartered accountants are in great. The moment you pass your CA, you can easily get a job in any of these places. Of course, currently, because of the pandemic, there is some stress on employment even in these places. Nevertheless, plenty of opportunities are there. I've interacted with many CEOs and CFOs of companies in Dubai and Abu Dhabi, and they have told me, Raghu, the Indian CAs are extremely good. We're very happy. We have chartered accountants coming from across the world, but Indian chartered accountants are, we find them to be very, very good. So this is something which you need to keep in mind. Gulf provides excellent opportunities for chartered accountants, global opportunities, and more than 20,000 CAs are working in the Gulf region, and now they've introduced VAT. There was no taxes in the Gulf region earlier, but now VAT has been introduced in many of the countries in the UAE, and this has given a big boost for chartered accountants. So if you are looking at some opportunity for you, I think Gulf could be a great opportunity. So this is something you need to mean, and this is the very strong place for you to go and set up your career. There's plenty of savings you can make, high quality of life, and as I told you, the work-life balance is extremely good in the Gulf region, and more than 20,000 chartered accountants are working in the Gulf region. Another area where, another place where you can go, Indian CAs are in great demand is in Australia. I've traveled to Sydney, Melbourne, Brisbane, Perth, Adelaide, and Canberra. Plenty of Indian CAs are extremely successful. The Institute of Chartered Accountants of India signed a mutual recognition agreement with the Institute of Chartered Accountants of Australia and Certified Public Accountants of Australia. And as a result of this reciprocity, your Indian CA is very much valid in Australia. So you can go there and get into a good company. And the banking sector, the pension sector, the insurance sector are looking at chartered accountants from India. So if you have a desire to work in India, in America, in Australia, I think plenty of opportunities are there in Australia. Coming to SAARC countries like Nepal, Bangladesh, Pakistan, Sri Lanka, Bhutan, you might ask me, sir, are Indian CAs in great demand? Yes, Indian CAs are in great demand. Even in the SAARC countries, I have visited Pakistan, Bangladesh, Nepal, Sri Lanka. Plenty of opportunities are there. The reason why Indian chartered accountants are highly sought after in these countries is because of their commitment. See, our professional course is one of the best professional courses. The quality of the Indian CAs are, you can compete with any of the other chartered accountants coming from any other institutes. So that is the reason why even in these countries like Nepal, Bangladesh, Indian CAs are extremely successful and they have built excellent careers for them. Coming to United States of America, yes, United States of America is a favorite destination for a lot of chartered accountants because we have what is known as the American Institute of Certified Public Accountants, which runs the CPA. We are working towards the mutual recognition, but as of now, the mutual recognition is not there. But nevertheless, if you have passed your CA, you can go to America, pass the CPA examination, which is not very difficult, and you can provide accounting services, tax advice, assistant merchant acquisition, and various other audit services you can provide. In case you do not have passed your CPA, then the job opportunities would be very limited. You have to restrict yourself only to consulting services. So my suggestion to you is that if you want to go to America, plenty of opportunities for you. Only thing you have to do, pass the CPA examination conducted by the American Institute of Certified Public Accountants. Coming to India, we find that many chartered accountants working abroad, after about working for 10 to 15 years, they would like to come abroad. I can only tell them that, in case they want to come abroad, absolutely no problem. So let us say all of you are young, you work for 10 years, 15 years, after becoming a chartered accountant, work in the Gulf region, or Australia or America, and you decide to come back, let us say after your 45, 50 years, there's plenty of opportunities for you in India. Currently, if you're a chartered accountant and if you want to practice, plenty of opportunity, you can practice in audit and assurance, tax and regulatory, mergers and acquisition, business consulting, and startup consulting. Startup consulting is something that's growing in India, and there's plenty of opportunities for you in the startup eco space. And in a country, in a city like Bangalore, there are plenty of startups. So it is for you to decide, when you want to, get into the startup space. Coming to the legislation that have come in the recent past, GST, I think all of you are aware how GST has brought about a big change in the way the tax is being, indirect tax is implemented. We all saw demonetization, how it impacted, currency was changed overnight. And then the government said that if you're depositing money, we'll question you. Withdrawing money, we'll question you. And then they also brought in the Insolvency and Bankruptcy Act. The banks found that a lot of NPAs were there. They wanted to clean up their balance sheets. So they came up with this insolvency, wherein they appointed insolvency professionals to carry out insolvency proceedings. Then we had the Foreign Exchange Management Act to regulate the inflow of foreign exchange. Who could bring the foreign exchange? If trusts are getting the money, what are the approvals they need to take? Foreign Contribution Regulation Act. Everything was brought in to bring about streamlining the way the funds used to come to India. IFRS, as I told you, more than 130 countries have adopted IFRS in the preparation of financial statements. And India also has aligned to IFRS, we call it as Indias. So that also is a change. Companies Act, Income Tax Act have gone through a lot of changes. Today, number of investments are increasing to our country, and the startup ecosystem is very, very active. And plenty of unicorns in India. All of us have seen in the recent past how these unicorns have changed. So as commerce professionals, you're all pursuing your BCom, MCom, you want to take up CA, it's essential for you to know what is happening even within the country. When the indirect tax was introduced on 1st of July 2017, we never knew that it will be so user-friendly. Today, we have a beautiful, very good GST portal which is user-friendly. The monthly collection of GST is more than 1,20,000 crores. And today, a lot of softwares are available to provide, easy filing for the, businessmen. Talking about insolvency, as I told you, a lot of NPAs are there. The banks are keen to clean up their balance sheets, and chartered accountants can play a big role as insolvency profession, not only in India, but around the world also. So the code provides for a forum to oversee all insolvency and liquidation proceedings for individuals, SMEs, and corporates. So plenty of opportunities for chartered accountants to specialize in insolvency. Foreign Exchange Management Act was, came in the year 99. Earlier we had FIRA, which imposed strict regulation of certain kind of payments. But now when FEMA was introduced in 99, a lot of relaxations were brought in. And basically the Foreign Exchange Management Act defines the procedures, formalities, and dealings in foreign exchange transactions for all entities in India. And today, since a lot of foreign exchange comes to India, the government thought we should have a Foreign Exchange Management Act. Then coming to the IFRS, as I said today, the complexity of business operations and globalization of capital markets makes it mandatory for one single set of standards. Let us say if a merger takes place, if the accounting treatment for a merger should be similar to that of an accounting treatment of a merger taking place in, let us say, in America or Europe. So IFRS brings in this, principle-based standards, and the users of the statements are no longer limited to one country. And as a result of which, single set of standards will help people to prepare accounts properly. And if you have the knowledge of IFRS, you will be in great demand across the world. So this is blue indicates the number of countries. More than 130 countries are following IFRS. Companies Act, as I told you, they've introduced the concept of one-person company. Can be a single person can have a company, and then small companies are also there. And today, what is happening is that Companies Act has brought in a lot of changes. The way funds have to be accepted by companies, how loans have to be taken by companies. They've reduced penalties, a lot of things happen. When it comes to direct taxes, all of you are aware, you can file your income tax return on IT portal. And today you buy a property or you buy a car, all the information is captured on your annual information statement. Appeals have become faceless, assessments have become faceless, and e-filing of returns have become so simple. Within a week and 10 days, your returns are processed. So I can only say there's a big revolution that is taking place, and it's essential for all of you to understand how this would happen. Coming to investment in India, we find that India is a faster growing economy. IMF projects a growth rate of 8.8% for in the year 21, and it has crossed 70 billion US dollars in 2019-20, and 19 and FDI inflows 73.45. So by 2030, they estimate that 42% Indian population would be urbanized from 31%. That's actually extremely good. When we're talking about startups, how chartered accountants can play a role in the management of working capital and core seed capital, which helps startups. The Indian government has introduced a lot of initiatives, ease of compliance, angel tax exemptions, reduction in corporate tax for startups. So plenty of opportunities are there, especially for commerce professionals. If you are a chartered accountant, plenty of opportunities are there for you in the startup space in India. So friends, what is important, I would like to conclude this presentation to state that there are plenty of opportunities for you if you become a chartered accountant, not only in India, but around the world. I have traveled to various parts of the world, and I was a board member of the International Federation of Accountants, and I found that there are plenty of opportunities for chartered accountants. Wherever you go, whichever part of the country, world you go, there's opportunity for, you to become successful. Now, coming to the course as such, the chartered accountancy course as such, as I told you, the Institute of Chartered Accountants of India is a statutory body set up under an Act of Parliament, and the Institute of Chartered Accountants of India is a statutory body set up under an Act of Parliament. We have more than 3,65,000 chartered accountants in the country, and 10 lakh students pursuing the chartered accountancy course. As I told you, the chartered accountancy course is an extremely popular course in India, and many young commerce graduates who have done their BCom or pursuing their BCom or completing their MCom are keen on doing the chartered accountancy because of the excellent job opportunities, not only in India, but around the world. When it comes to India, once you become a chartered accountant, you can either set up your own practice, like you can practice, independently. You can team up with 2 or 3 friends. One can specialize in indirect taxes, one can specialize in direct taxes, one can specialize in internal audits, statutory audits, and you can offer business consulting services. You can help give consulting services for startups. So there's plenty of opportunities for you within the country. In case you do not want to practice after becoming a chartered accountant, you can get into a company. Like you can get into a multinational company, like for example Accenture or Cognizant or Standard Chartered. You can get into the banking sector. You can get into the Indian companies like Infosys, Wipro, TCS. All the IT companies are having great demand for chartered account. Fintech companies are also looking at CS. Manufacturing sector also looking for a lot of CS. So you can get a job very easily the moment you qualify as a chartered accountant. The Institute of Chartered Accountants of India conducts campus interviews twice in a year, and all the top corporates in the country participate in the campus interviews. So I personally believe that if you want to get into a job in India, yes, opportunity is there. If you want to practice, opportunity is there. No, you want to go abroad, you want to make money, you want to have a good lifestyle. Because if, for example, if you go to Australia, the moment you go, maybe in 2 years' time, you can have a beautiful villa, you can have a very good car, you have a very rich lifestyle. If you go to a country like Australia or America, even if you go to the Gulf region, the quality of life will be very, very high. But yes, any overseas opportunity comes, there's a flip side to it. You miss your friends, you miss your family, you're away from home, you get homesick. There's absolutely no support for you in case of any problem, any health issues. These are some of the practical problems what you come across when I interacted with friends who are staying abroad. They get into depression because they're away from family. The children grow in a different fashion. Let us say your children, you go and settle abroad for 15, 20 years. Your children grow there, they get adapted to the local environment. They no longer will, be like the Indian kids. So a lot of challenges are there also for, if you go abroad. It's not that everything looks thing, but yes, you should take a call. How long you want to stay there, whether you want to come back to India. And as I said earlier in the presentation, if you want to come back to India, there are plenty of opportunities. Friends, this is as far as the opportunity is concerned. Coming to the examination, CA examinations, you have what is known as the foundation examination. That is the entrance examination, we call it. Then we have the intermediate examination and the final examination. In foundation examination is an objective type. You have to, appear for this foundation examination. Immediately after your PUC examination, second, that is 10+2, you can write this foundation examination. The moment you pass in this foundation examination, you need not complete your BCom, but you can join for the CA course. And one thing good about the CA course is that the moment you join after passing foundation, you have to get into articleship under a practicing chartered accountant. In the medical profession, as you know, the training happens at the end of the year. That is, after the completion of the course of 4 years. But in the chartered accountancy, right from the time you join the CA course, you work under chartered accountant. You learn from the chartered accountant how to file tax returns, how to conduct audit, how to finalize the books of accounts. A lot of things the chartered accountancy firm will teach you. And we find that the kind of training that is given to you is extremely good in a chartered accountancy firm. So the moment you pass your, after 10+2, that's 12, you pass your foundation, you get into a chartered accountancy firm, and then you prepare for your, intermediate exam. And after you pass one group, then you can join for articleship. Once you join an articleship 3 years program, then you can pass the other group in intermediate and then take up the final and also pass. So articleship gives you good practical exposure, opportunity for you to work under a chartered accountant, and all your auditing skills get tuned up. So that is one big advantage of articleship. And articleship training, you are supposed to do it very seriously. Then coming to the examinations, many people fear about the examination. Oh, chartered accountancy exams are very tough, the results are very poor, they don't give good marks, many people fail. Only thing, friends, I would like to tell all of you here is that there's nothing that you need to panic. Of course, it's a tough examination. The subjects are quite voluminous, lot of reading that you have to do. But one thing I would like to tell each one of you watching this webinar is that if you are committed, if you're hardworking, if you have that passion to do the CA course, it's not difficult. See, any professional course requires a lot of commitment. Don't do this professional course just for the sake of your father or your friend. You should have that fire within you. Let me become a chartered accountant. Let me pass this chartered accountancy course. Let me become successful. Because, friends, if you work hard for these 3 years, the rest of your life is made. Today, even to this day, after 31 years of my practice, whenever I travel, let us say, anywhere, there's so much of respect that is given to you. I still remember when I was traveling to Delhi, I had the opportunity of traveling with Mahendra Singh Dhoni sitting next to me in business class on my way to Delhi when I was president. Then I introduced myself that I am a chartered accountant and I am the president of the Institute of Chartered Accountants. He was very happy to meet me. And I told him, sir, I am a great fan of yours. Mahendra Singh Dhoni ji, I'm a great fan of yours and I'm happy that I'm sitting next to you. So that is a kind of respect what we have. Everyone who meets you respects you. The mere fact Dhoni respected me is because of the chartered accountancy profession. So the respect what you get from society is very high. You go to a marriage, someone introduces you, he's so and so chartered accountant. You get a lot of importance, a lot of recognition. Even amongst your friend circles, I'm sure you'll notice among the business community, anywhere, wherever you go, any forum, the moment they say so and so is a CA, you get that immediate recognition and respect from the society. That is something which you need to keep in mind. The chartered accountancy profession commands a lot of chartered accountant commands a lot of respect. And if you're in the CA profession, there's a lot of recognition for you, respect for you from the society. That is something you need to keep in mind. But as I told you, friends, that CA course is a tough course. You need to work hard. 10 to 12 hours of study every day you need to do to pass the examination. And if you're able to work hard and in 3 years, if you're able to pass, your life is made. As I told you, once you're a CA, you can either work here, you work abroad, you can practice, plenty of opportunities are there. So my suggestion to all of you is that if you're keen to do CA, don't do it for the sake of your parents. Yes, you should have the challenge, you should have the willingness, let me do CA, let me work hard. You should have that fire in the belly, you should have that passion to do CA, and I'm sure you will be extremely successful. And if you work hard, study well, passing is not difficult. It is unlike BCom where you don't prepare, you write the exam, you pass. It's not like that. If you work hard also, you're not assured of passing, because the exam system has been designed in such a way that students who have gone into the subject in great detail only can pass. So don't have any fear that you might fail in the exam. Even if you fail, there's no problem. You can always write after 6 months. Maybe the many students who complete, minimum time is 3 years. The many students who have taken 5 to 6 years or 7 years. There's some people who take 10 years also. I've seen people at 60 also writing the C examination. So there's nothing that you need to bother. Take your time and then complete the CA course. But if you're hardworking and intelligent, you can pass in your first attempt. That is as far as the examination is concerned. The examination will give you 15 minutes time to go through the paper. There's a gap between two examinations, and we have introduced stepwise marking that, if you've done 50% of the problem rightly, you get 50% of the marks. Lot of examination reforms have been made, and assuming you don't pass the examination, you can get a copy of the paper and you can find out where you have gone wrong, and you can try to improve your presentation in the next examination. Then, friends, coming to how the regulators look at us, regulators like the Ministry of Corporate Affairs, the Reserve Bank of India, SEBI has high respect for us. We are in constant touch with the regulators to see how best our profession can help in the growth of the economy. Even to the Government of India, the Ministry of Corporate Affairs, we have been supporting them. Ministry of Finance also for the pre-budget memorandums. In fact, the institute has already submitted a pre-budget memorandum for the budget being presented on 1st of February. We are involved in all the budget making, pre-budget discussions that takes place. We provide a lot of support to the government. Like, for example, the new IT portal had a lot of problems for filing tax returns. The Institute of Chartered Accountants of India took a lead and tried to help Infosys to see that all the problems that are there in e-filing is reduced. When GST was introduced on 1st July 2017, Prime Minister Modi requested, Honorable Prime Minister requested that the CA Institute, the Chartered Accountants, should help the success of the GST. Today, most of the GST, 80% of the GST returns are filed by chartered accountants, and we are trying to help the government to collect the right amount of taxes, both direct taxes and indirect taxes. So, government, we are partnering the government for the nation building. Government looks upon us with a lot of hope. We are helping the government in, for example, for the railways, helping them in going for double entry. So, a lot of support we are giving to the government. Lot of support we are giving to various ministries of the government to see how our profession can play a very important role. Friends, another thing which I would like to share with all of you is that in case you plan to take up this chartered accountancy course, let us say after this webinar, you discuss with your parents, you decide to do this chartered accountancy course, you finish your 12th exams, write the foundation. If you pass your foundation, do your IPCC, then after IPCC, join articles, then you can complete the course. Your life is made. Okay. And as I told you, the cost of the course is not very high. So you need to be hardworking, you need to be committed, you need to be passionate. If you have all these qualities, definitely I think you can be successful. With this, friends, thank you very much for a patient hearing. I have been given to understand a lot of questions are there. Professor Saptagiri has told me. So I would request Ms. Saptagiri to please, make the students ask the questions so that it will be more interactive rather than, as you know, students don't like to listen for more than half an hour. So we have already taken about 52 minutes. I think I have taken about 52 minutes. Now I think I will answer all the whatever questions have come, Saptagiri. I'll be happy to answer them.
Thank you so much, sir, for this fantastic inputs which you have given. Definitely, I'm sure the audience who have attended this, both on the webinar, Zoom webinar and Facebook Live, they would have benefited out of it, and it will lead them to take some good decisions regarding their future career path. Also, to tell you, as you rightly said, we have got, we have got thousands of questions, to be very honest. So we have to, it's a very tough job now to filter and ask you a few questions. I would like to tell the audience, we will try to answer as many questions as much possible, but due to the paucity of time, we will definitely try to help you out via email, try to get your answers, questions answered via email. Okay, so we will just start off with the questions, interesting ones. So the first one for you is, how were you motivated during your CA exams? Because the usual belief is that CA exams are very tough and many would want to, they might withdraw. So what motivated you? How did you keep yourself motivated?
It's a very good question, Professor Saptagiri. In fact, I remember when I finished my BCom 87, I qualified from St. Joseph's College of Commerce. As you know, St. Joseph's College of Commerce, one of the most popular colleges for BCom those days. And I did my commerce graduation from St. Joseph's College from 87. I qualified. And then my father was a chartered accountant, so he was my main motivator. I always used to see my dad when I was young as a professional, and then I used to go to his office during my holidays. Used to see him, attending to clients, filing tax returns. So I was motivated. I can say my father was a great motivator for me. But in addition to that, I was also self-motivated. I also wanted to achieve something in life. So I said, why not do CA? So there was a career guidance program conducted in one, by our college. So I attended the career guidance program. They talked about the various courses available, medical, engineering. It was a course for all students of the commerce college, science college. All of us went for the career guidance program. And when I went there, I was a little confused what to do, what not to do. Then I decided, let me become a doctor. Then it so happened I came back home and then I told my father that I would like to become a doctor. My doctor said, fine, you decide what you want to do. But finally, I ended up being a CA. The reason why I ended up being CA is I had applied for the science stream, PUC, those days, getting a seat for a college in science was very difficult. I applied for St. Joseph's College of Commerce, I applied for National College. To my good luck, I got a seat at St. Joseph's College of Commerce, and my father told me, you decide what you want to do. So I thought getting a medical seat was very difficult those days. We never had CET. You need to have 98% to get a medical seat. I thought 98% was out of my reach. So what do I do? Let me do CA. Let me do what my father did. And that gave me that motivation. Yes, let me work hard. Let me work hard. Pass the examination. I interacted with a lot of ranked students because, when you speak to successful people, you get a lot of ideas. And that kept my motivation high.
Thank you so much, sir. Definitely, I think students whoever has asked this question, I'm sure you got the answer. Also, moving further, data analytics being the tomorrow's demand for every good company, shall it be construed as CA won't be the only degree on the basis of which one can be employed? And if yes, is there a need that ICA added to the CA syllabus itself?
Yeah, in fact, just for the information of the CA students watching, the new curriculum will be, a new committee has been set up to look into the new curriculum. In the new curriculum, data analytics will be a part of the curriculum. But nevertheless, you need not, data analytics will be required for everyone. Even Professor Saptagiri should have knowledge of data analytics. Even though he's teaching students at Jain University, he should have the knowledge of analytics, because analytics will help him to take the right decisions for conducting himself, conducting the classes for the students. It will help him to see the way the education sector is moving forward. So analytics will be relevant for chartered accountants, MBA professionals, anyone, any commerce professionals should have the knowledge of analytics. Like how working on Excel, working on PowerPoint is important, analytics becomes equally important. So I believe that analytics will get embedded not only in the CA course, even the colleges today. I'm sure Jain University also has embedded analytics in some of their semester programs, because it is required. I am on the governing council of another commerce college in Bangalore. There they've integrated in the final year degree, final year BCom analytics. And I'm sure, I think Professor Saptagiri could add if Jain University is also doing the same thing.
We have, sir. We have. We are on the process, and always Jain University is adding a lot of new age programs, keeping abreast with the latest industry trends. Definitely, analytics, as you rightly said, is a very integral part of our curriculum. Going further, sir, is working CA is better or practicing CA is better?
Yeah. So, those days when I qualified as a chartered accountant in 1990, many of us, about 10 to 12 of us qualified. Those times, not many used to qualify. We used to go to the Economic Times office to see our result. I do not know, Professor Saptagiri, whether you're aware, the results used to come on the telex machine. The telex machines were so huge, and the telex machines were accessible only by the reporters of the Economic Times, because the results used to come in the Economic Times. We used to go at 12:30 midnight to wait for our result. And as you know, in the newspaper office, they don't permit anyone outside. So we used to just wait outside for hours together, because the results used to be sent by the institute on the telex machines of all the leading business papers. Then we used to use our influence, try to manage to speak to someone in Economic Times, and that guy used to come and give us a printout of the telex sheet. About 14 or 15 of us would have passed in Bangalore. And when he used to come and, so these are the people who are passing exam, you please take it. And one of us used to see. Those days also, we found that the chartered accountancy course, people who used to pass the chartered accountancy course were very, very few. So the question, what was Saptagiri? Could you repeat the question?
Is working CA better or is
Yeah,
practicing CA
yeah,
better?
correct. So those days, what happened when I qualified, everyone used to go into practice. Practice was more attractive because industry never used to pay much. They used to pay 2,000, 3,000. But today, 9 out of 10 get into jobs. That is because they're able to get attractive pay packages. And practice, they feel takes a lot of time because today everyone wants salary from day one. Everyone wants a car to buy a car 6 months after they qualify. They want to sign up for a flat 2 months after they qualify. Those days, we all used to, go around in scooters. When I qualified as a chartered accountant at a Kinetic Honda, I thought of a car after about 6 years. But today, I see people who pass out CA from my office just after 2 or 3 months, just after they get the first paycheck, they want to sign up for a car. So that is because they're able to get instant gratification. The companies are ready to pay them well. So today we find most of them are getting to jobs. Those days, a lot of people used to get into practice. So what I see is there'll be a void of practicing professionals. So again, there'll be a scenario where people will come back to practice. See, only good thing in practice, professors, you can have a good work-life balance. And if you're smart, you can do very well. So you can have a good work-life balance. Yes, job has its own advantages, disadvantages, but currently jobs are more popular.
Thank you so much, sir. Okay, coming to the next one. Won't the evolving technologies and artificial intelligence be a threat for professions like chartered accountancy, where the analytics and computers are being automated?
Very true. I would say that if you don't update yourself on the new emerging technologies like robotic process automation, blockchain, it will be a threat for your survival because you will have professionals from other backgrounds coming and taking over your work. For example, if I say I'm a chartered accountant, I don't know blockchain, I know only debit credit, then you'll have a smart engineering graduate who will say, okay, fine, if you don't know debit credit, if you don't know blockchain, I know blockchain, I learned debit credit, and he will be able to replace you. So you need to be very, very careful and you need to innovate yourself. For example, cyber risk. Cyber risk, you can play a very important role, but currently, if you see, engineers are more dominant in the cyber risk space. So, very right question that you asked, you need to update. You cannot, that is the reason why all this is being brought into the curriculum.
Thank you, sir. Scope of crypto, metaverse, NFTs in the future.
Cryptocurrency is a huge debate happening around the world. Some countries would like to recognize crypto, some countries would not like to recognize crypto. Some countries have already permitted crypto trading in crypto and digital currency. But I feel way forward, digital currency would come. We have to see in what form it would come. The Reserve Bank of India is putting a lot of efforts. A dedicated task force has been set up to study country-wise impact of crypto. But the Indian government is very conservative. As of now, crypto is still not official. So if you're trading in cryptocurrency, it's all at your own risk. The government has very clearly said that dealing in cryptocurrency is at your risk. Regulators would not come to your rescue if you lose money. But if you ask me frankly, digital currency would come, cryptocurrency also would come. We have to see in what fashion it would come to each of the countries. Each of the country will try to put in their restrictions, put in their checks and balances to see that people don't lose money, because they don't want cryptocurrency to be used for terrorist funding. They don't want anti-national activities to happen. That is the reason why the government is a little careful about mandating cryptocurrency in India.
Thank you, sir. Why do you think most of the people pursuing UG programs now are prioritizing other professions like ACCA, CIMA, etc. over CA?
That is because they find that CA is very tough. They believe that passing CA is not very easy. You need to put in a lot of hard work. Whereas ACCA and all, they find it's much easier. They'll be able to pass the examination. And some of the colleges are giving ACCA programs along with the BCom degree, and they find that it's convenient for them to do BCom and ACCA. But friends, let me tell you one thing. As far as India is concerned, the recognition what a CA gets, if you have passed your ACCA, you will not get it. ACCA is quite popular in other countries, in other places. Like, for example, you go to US or you go to Europe and all, ACCA is recognized. ACCA is something like what we call as BCom here. Its only thing is the way the whole course is packaged is different. They are more, you can say, updated compared to our BCom curriculum. But ACCA, if you are an ACCA, if you go to the Gulf region or you go to Australia, you will be a normal accountant. You can't practice as a chartered accountant. You cannot, provide tax services. You can be a normal accountant punching data. You can be a part of the finance team. So in India, still ACCAs, the corporates are not looking at ACCA. They're still looking at BCom and MCom professionals, because they find that the BCom and MCom professionals that are coming out of the universities in India are much more smarter, capable than the ACCA students. But yes, I would not like to say that ACCA is not good. ACCA, definitely, if you want to go to some other jurisdiction, ACCA is recognized. So it is for the student to decide what he wants to do.
Thank you, sir. Good one. I'm a final year BCom student. Is it too late to start my CA course? I am planning the direct entry method. What would you suggest?
Excellent idea. I would suggest you to get into the CA course after finishing a BCom. In fact, I qualified, I finished my BCom in 87. I joined CA in 87 and completed in 90. 2 years, 9 months, I finished my CA. Even after BCom, you can take up CA direct entry and do it. It's excellent. I would encourage you to do it. And in fact, if you ask me honestly, a direct entry student's knowledge of accounting, commerce will be much better than a student joining at 10 plus 2. You should go ahead.
Thank you, sir. Why do CA helps in evasion of tax? What do they get and how government deals with it?
Evasion of taxes is something, there's a feeling that chartered accountants are involved. Here, what happens, I would like to say, is that it's actually the business people who are keen on evading taxes. And yes, in any profession, you have black sheep. There are a few chartered accountants who, work with the client and try to see how they can evade taxes. But by and large, 99% of the CAs in our country don't do it. They try to educate the client about the tax law. They try to tell them what is right, what is wrong. It's finally for the client to take a call what is good for him. But there are a few CAs who are involved, and whenever such CAs, a complaint has been filed against them with the Institute of Chartered Accountants of India, either by the Income Tax Department, that they are, he's helping the client to conceal income, action is taken, strict disciplinary action is taken against them. So yes, there are a few black sheep, and if there's a perception that they're also involved in concealment of income, I don't think it is right.
Thank you, sir. I want to become an investment banker, but I am not sure if I can crack CA final. Shall I pursue ACCA? I had plans to do CFA or MBA. Which would be better?
I would recommend that you should do CA. Investment banking is an excellent career opportunity. If you are a chartered accountant, the degree will help you to be a very successful investment banker. You can land yourself in some of the top jobs, and the kind of packages what investment bankers pay you 4 to 5 times the normal salary a CA would get. So don't think of ACCA or any other degree right now. Just focus on your CA. Even if it takes 1 or 2 years, nothing to lose. Get your CA degree, then take up your career in investment banking, and let me assure you, you'll be very successful.
Thank you, sir. So, and there's another follow-up question. What is the process of becoming an investment banker after finishing CA?
The process of investment banker is that there's no formal degree that is required. What you need to know is, for investment banker, you need to know how to handle mergers, how to handle acquisitions. You need to understand how valuation is done. So basically, you need to have rich industry experience. Let us say you're a part of the investment banking team, and there's a client that has come to you looking at some strategic investment. You need to understand the business of the client, the sector is operating, what is the global demand, what is the Indian demand for the product. You need to deep dive into his business and try to develop a financial model that help him to attract investment. So investment bankers basically helps the client to get money. Okay, if Paytm wants to go get some money, or Ola wants to get some funding, what they go is they go to an investment banker. Investment banker will tell them how to get the money. They will prepare the whole documents so that they're able to get the right kind of funding. So investment banking is definitely, there's no formal education. It's just by experience. But there are a lot of courses, certification courses available globally. Some of the top reputed universities around the world where there are courses on investment banking.
Thank you, sir. That is an interesting question. Why there is a sudden hype about CS globally? Why the sudden hype?
Yeah, that is because we have entered into mutual recognition agreements with a lot of professional bodies. Many countries we find our chartered accounts are working. Today, as I told you, we have more than 45 chapters of the CA Institute. And in Gulf region itself, about 20,000 people are there. You go to Singapore, you go to Hong Kong, you go to Bangkok, a lot of CAs are there. You go to Africa. I had the opportunity of going to Africa, both in Nigeria and Johannesburg. A lot of Indian CAs work in Africa. Brazil also, a lot of chartered accounts are Indian CAs are there. So literally, you can say Indian CAs are available everywhere. You ask me why Indian CAs are preferred, because of their hard work. They're all coming from, very committed to work hard, and they're able to do better than the local CAs. So according to me, the global opportunities for chartered accountants are increasing every year. 90, hardly there are any global opportunity. But today, everyone, the moment they CA, they just want to go abroad. As I told you, the lifestyles are very good. If you're a CA working in Australia, working in America, you can be assured that you can make a lot of money.
That was a question actually. Hi sir, I am a CA finalist. I would like to know the opportunities available for Indian CAs in Australia and abroad migration.
Yeah, Australia, as I told you, the banking sector, pension sector, and insurance sector is absorbing CAs left, right, and center. They want a lot of Indian chartered accountants. I have many friends there in Australia, both in Sydney or Brisbane or Melbourne. A lot of chartered accountants are working in these places, and yes, Australia is one great opportunity for Indian CAs. But only one thing, keep in mind: the tax rates are high. But you can have a very good quality of life.
Has ICA's robust research committee started independent research on macro regulations for crypto, NFTs, metaverse, its impact on institute and its stakeholders?
Yeah, institute, we have the Accounting Research Foundation. There is some research that is happening on crypto, at least to begin with. As far as other things are concerned, the recent research projects, there is something known as Accounting Research Foundation. You can volunteer yourself if you want to do some research activity. You can volunteer yourself and carry out the research activity with a team of professionals. But yes, certain research projects are happening. If you want to know the details of the research project, go to the Accounting Research Foundation website of the institute and you can get all the details.
So what's the right time to start the CA Foundation?
CA Foundation immediately after your 12, 10 plus 2, that is after PUC. The moment you finish your PUC exams, you should get yourself registered. You can register even before that. Get the entire set of study material. It's an objective type examination. And if you have really gone through all the study material provided by the institute, you can easily crack this exam. It's not difficult.
So superb question. Sir, please tell what is the procedure to become president of ICAI after completion of course?
Yeah, you can take my own example. I qualified in the year 1990. I became the president in 2014. That's about 24 years I've taken to become the president. Basically, as you know, we have the Central Council that's based out of Delhi, consisting of 32 elected council members and 8 government nominees. Then we have the regional councils at Bombay, Delhi, Calcutta, Chennai, and Kanpur. Then we have the branches, 140 branches. So the moment I qualified, I had a keen to contribute something to the profession. After 2 years of qualifying, I entered the Bangalore chapter. I became the chairman in a span of 5 years. Then went to the regional council, become the regional chairman. Then went to the central council, served for 9 years, and I represented Karnataka for 3 terms, regularly. And then finally, most of the presidents are from Bombay and Delhi. Very few presidents are from South. Luckily, I'm the second person from Karnataka to become the president. There was one Mr. B.P. Rao was the president 20 years back. I was the second person to become the president in 2014. So I worked very, very hard to become the president, and people accepted me. People elected me once in 3 years. Then after getting elected, 32 council members, 17 of the council members should support you to become president. Only then you can become president. And I was fortunate to get their support. That is because I was quite positive. I had a goal in mind, let me become the president. And I was confident I'll make it. I was able to win the confidence of all my council colleagues, and that's how I became the president. It is possible. Anyone else also can do. It's not difficult. Yes, you have to work very, very hard for it.
Yes, sir.
31 years of, you can say 31 years of hard work to become the president.
Definitely. You are indeed an inspiration. That's all that in the... Can a CA work in UN?
Could you repeat, sir?
Can a CA work in UN, United Nations?
Yes. There are a lot of chartered accountants working in the United Nations, and not only United Nations. You take any other international, UNESCO, UNICEF. Plenty of job opportunities are there. Even in the government of in the United States, government also employs Indian CAs. Only thing, you have to have some local qualification, and then you can join them.
What's your perspective on a wide number of people trying to take up the US CPA exams even after completing the Indian CA?
Yeah, as I told you, we don't have a mutual recognition agreement with the AICPA, American Institute of Certified Public Accountants. They've still not recognized our course. They are insisting that, if at all you want to work in America, you need to have a local CA degree. and we are working towards them for reciprocity. But for some reason, it has not happened. We've been trying for many years. So chartered accountants who want to go abroad and work in America, they have no choice. They have to pass the AICPA. And after having passed the CA exam in AICPA, let me tell you, friends, it's very easy. You just have to go through the coaching, then appear for the examinations. And it's done. It's not difficult.
Perfect. Which are the new fields of finance that aspiring CS can venture into to gain an edge over experienced CS?
As I told you, a lot of new areas are opening for the young CS, like forensic accounting could be one area. Then IT consulting could be another area. Then insolvency, as an insolvency profession, you can be extremely successful. You can get into valuation. You can get into investment banking. All these areas, many senior CS would not have sufficient exposure. So, opportunities are in plenty.
So the last one for the day. It's a question from the audience. Sir, what is it that you want to achieve now? It's a question to you.
Yeah, I would like to motivate more and more youngsters, not only to become chartered accountants. I want them to become successful professionals, because I've been a professional all my life. I've seen the benefits that has come to me being a professional, the respect what I've got from society, the respect what I've got from my family, the respect what I've got from my parents, the respect what I've got from every friends, the kind of love and affection, the kind of respect what they've shown to me for the last 31 years keeps my energy levels motivated. So when Mackie Agarwal contacted me and said, "Sir, you're doing the Republic Day," I said yes. Rather than saying, "Let me go with my family for go around somewhere," I said, "Let me do it," because it's an opportunity for me to motivate young, talented professionals. Lot of people who are watching the webinar would become successful CAs. So I personally believe, after having the last 31 years experienced the kind of love and affection, the respect what you get in the society, I want more and more youngsters to become professionals. Need not be chartered accountants. They can be company secretaries. They could be MBA professionals. They could, do whatever they want. But yes, my desire is that, because friends, I still remember here, I would also like to conclude by saying I had the opportunity of meeting top people. During my presidentship, I had the opportunity of meeting Mukesh Ambani, Reliance headquarters, a very simple and down-to-earth personality. When I met him and talked to him, he said, "Mr. Raghu, chartered accountants from the CA Institute are very good. In Reliance, we are having more than 2,000 CAs working, and we are very happy with the way the examinations are conducted, the quality of work that is being done by your professionals. We're very happy." So when I spoke to Kumara Mangalam Birla, he himself is a CA. I had been to his office, and then he took us to his home. We had a meeting with him at his home, and he, also being a CA, appreciated the role of chartered accountants in the growth and development of the nation. I met the Prime Minister, Mr. Modi. I met the previous Prime Minister, Manmohan Singh. When I was the president, my president happened between two regimes, between the Congress regime and the BJP regime. So I had the opportunity of meeting Mr. Manmohan Singh as a Prime Minister, then Mr. Modi, and I had the opportunity of meeting Pranab Mukherjee. Let me tell you, friends, all of them have very high regard for you. As I told Dhoni was another example who had high regards for our profession. So these are all, experiences in life. When someone respects you so much, talks about you so much, you feel happy, you feel elated. So I want my other friends also who are watching this webinar to become successful professionals. So they are also experience and feel happy and be successful in their life. That is my goal. And that is why I partnered with you people, that is Jain University, to see how we can encourage more and more youngsters to take up professional courses, more so the chartered accountancy course, because I was a former president of the Institute of Chartered Accountants of India. I've seen a lot of CAs in the country, outside the country, and I believe that chartered accountancy can be, a big change, a transformation in your life.
Thank you, sir. Now, I would request our director, Dr. Dinesh Ilkan, to say a few words. Closing remarks.
Thank you very much, Sapta. Am I audible?
Yes, sir. You're audible.
Yeah. First of all, my pranams to all of you, and thank you, Mr. Raghu sir. In spite of your busy schedule, you are here with us. So thank you very much for that. And let me, before I conclude the vote of thanks, I want to share something. Can I?
Yeah, please.
Please.
Yeah. I heard your entire talk, and let me tell you that it was an eye-opener. But my request to you is, because now see how NEP has entered into the market, and all of us academicians, we are working on the syllabus, and we are moving the syllabus towards more tech oriented, and how students can benefit out of it, and how they can get returns and skills, and all these things are getting in. So whenever I was designing the syllabus for MBA and commerce and all that, that one question which came to my mind was how artificial intelligence is cropping up, and how things are taking in a different level. So there the question came on Bitcoin, cryptocurrency, valuations, mergers and acquisitions, and all that. So my request to you, you are at a helm of affairs of chartered accountants. If chartered accountancy is such a respected, chartered accountants, organization is such a respected organization in India and abroad, if you people can come out with something as a document on all this, because let me tell you what is happening, that the youth, what we are looking at, everybody wants to know what is cryptocurrency. Everybody wants to know what is Bitcoin. Everybody wants to know that how I can become rich quickly, because this is the wrong myth which they have, that, that with cryptocurrency and Bitcoin, we will become suddenly rich. So this thought they have. So my request is that if at all some documents can come in, or maybe a small module which can come, which can be given to all the BCom students by done by Institute of Chartered Accountants, and that can be the part. I will give you in assurance that we will take it in our curriculum matrix and say that if you want to study Bitcoin, if you want to study fintech, if you want to study cryptocurrency, this is what you have to study, which is being given by Institute of Chartered Accountants, because it is being well framed with laws, so that they will go correct. Because otherwise what is happening is that they are getting into these small time courses given by some professionals, and they are not even aware of what it is. And actually, to be very honest, our teachers have to be equipped to teach this. You people coming from that field, so you are the doctors of accountancy. If you people can help the entire society and the NEP for this, it will be a really helping hand for all of us. So thank you very much for that. Please try to help us out.
Yeah, sure. It's a very good suggestion, Mr. Dinesh. We'll definitely look into it, and I would convey this to our president also, to see how best we can come out with booklets, so that can be given to all the commerce students across the country.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. And thank you very much, sir, for sharing time with us. And it was indeed an honor listening to you. And we were so happy that we were listening to a person of this repute. So all thanks to all my team who got you actually. And my request is that one more favor I want from you. I'm sorry, I'm asking you too many favors. One more favor is that we are, this being futuristic, we have started this series. And my request is that if you can help us, that whenever we are going to conduct sessions for parents, for students, for guardians, for alumni, for professionals, so at that point of time, with your connect and networking, it will be really nice that we can, and we are doing all this as a social service, sir. So what I want is that let people know that what is happening. It is not only Mr. Raghu should know, there are a lot of hundreds of Raghus waiting for you, and they will learn out of all this. And it will be a helping hand from our side, that we are coming with being futuristic series. And let me tell you, sir, we are not only doing it in commerce, we are doing it in management. In fact, in management, we are trying for one, Sadhguru, sir, and we are also trying for IM professors. So with that, the management will happen, then engineering will happen. We are trying out with big names with engineering. So what we are trying is that let the students get the benefit out of this. So this is my request. And if you can help with your networking in the field of commerce, it will be really thankful, and it will be indeed an honor and privilege for us.
Sure.
Thank you, sir. Sir, happy Republic Day to all my colleagues. It's the 73rd Republic Day. And on this Republic Day, we are very happy at Jain that we have started something called Being Futuristic series. And with a very honorable person of repute who has started this series. So you are the first to start the series, sir. And Being Futuristic is going to go on a very big scale. So your name will always be the first, because you will be the first speaker of this. So thank you very much. And I also want to extend thanks to the principals of all the PUC college the HODs of all the PUC colleges, the directors, the students, the parents, everybody for that matter who have helped us. And special thanks to my entire team, Maki, Saurabh, Shaukat, Shiva, Sham, Sapta and team. All of you, you have worked very hard. Thank you very much. I also want to thank our Honorable Chairman, Dr. Jain Roychand, whose vision is totally entrepreneurship and let students get into the professional world. So thank you one and all. Thank you very much for being a part of it. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Dinesh and Saptagiri. Please convey my, and Maki also, please convey my greetings to Mr. Jain Raj. I have met Mr. Jain Raj earlier, a very dynamic person, and we wish good luck to Jain University in all its endeavor to create the next generation professionals that is very much required for this great nation. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much.
Thank you all. Thank you. Jai Hind.